Moody on the Move is presented by United Federal Credit Union. We get you.
Hi everyone, Zack Easton for Pat Moody for Moody on the Move this month at Our Lady of the Lake as we travel to the downtown campus of Our Lady of the Lake. OLLakers.org is where you go to find out more information about their $1 million scholarship pledge, which we'll talk about coming up in just a moment to help you and your family afford some of this great tuition that they are offering up here in the school system. We'll talk about that among many other great things about Our Lady of the Lake coming up in Moody on the Move this month, presented by United Federal Credit Union. We get you. My guests today are Sherry Kirshner, who happens to work with us in the elementary campus of Our Lady of the Lake School. And we also have James White with us as well. And we're here inside the Global Trading and Finance Lab at the downtown campus of Our Lady of the Lake. This is pretty neat, campus location, but also a room that's got some pretty neat technology in it to hang out for Moody on the Move this month. So thanks for the invite. We appreciate it very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's start a little bit, with the uniqueness of Our Lady of the Lake. I mean, we're already seeing some of it in the room that we're in right now, but, James, can you give us an idea of what makes Our Lady of the Lake really unique and special for parents who are trying to consider, even if they're starting at the beginning, young fives or something, but also perhaps considering maybe even just moving a high school student into the system?
I think what we have in both campuses is that we are rooted in the gospel values and traditional values of the church, and yet very innovative in teaching and learning. And I think that's the key component. I think it's very alive in both of our buildings, Sherry's too. Since she's climbed aboard a year ago, we really have centered some things around that idea. We have, for example, as you mentioned, a global trading lab, which DECA is hosted in here, our business classes. We have everything from, of course, marketing to trading classes in here. We also have labs like Z-Space Lab with augmented and virtual reality. And Sherry, you can talk about your new space, I know.
We have a new maker space, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's a space to make. It incorporates science, technology, engineering, math, and art. So everything from googly eyes, pom-poms, crayons, to a glow-forged laser engraver cutter machine.
So the ability to meet students where they're at and take them where they want to go is obviously really paramount to what you do here at Our Lady of the Lake in the system. And it starts obviously with where they go within the elementary school, and a great deal of it is making sure that they're well prepared from a one-on-one standpoint, right?
So our building starts with preschool 3-year-olds and goes through 5th grade. We have building-wide expectations throughout so that every student in our building knows what to expect and when to expect it, which generally helps them move into the 6th grade building downtown. We differentiate all of our lessons to meet all the students' needs starting in preschool. And moving on to 5th grade, obviously it gets more difficult as it moves on, but we meet them and we identify their needs so that we can easily communicate it when they're ready to transition to middle school up here.
And James, as they move to the downtown campus, again, an important part of what happens within the system here at Our Lady of the Lake is making sure that small classroom sizes are an important part of the student's education process, because they can continue to get the one-on-one attention that they need, but there's also that opportunity to make sure that their goals and aspirations for the future outside of what they do once they graduate here from Our Lady of the Lake is 100% thought about, taken care of, made sure that people within the district, all the administrators are thinking deeply about it. That happens with small classroom sizes, among many other things that you all think about.
Well, there's no question it's by design. Okay.
Right.
We talk about always in my business, being a principal, enrollment and how big do you want your school. We've identified all those things. We don't want any more than usually 15 kids per class, 2 sections in each grade level. So for me, that would be 2 and 6, 2 and 7, and so on and so forth up to 12th grade. It is by design because when you get to this level, due to the great preparation we do at the bottom, this year, uniquely, for the first time in the school's history, we have more high school students in advanced placement courses than we do regular courses. So it definitely shows you that kind of relationship building and one-on-one attention can also breed success for the students. And let's be honest, when students like their teachers, students perform for those. And we've had great success with that. And our AP scores this past year were the highest they've been in the school's history, and more kids taking an AP class than we ever have. So it's really coming into design, wanting to look at what those outputs are. And not every child is going to go to a 4-year university. Those students who choose other pathways, we try and meet them 50-50 with getting outside programs or whatever it is they may want to make them successful also, whether it be in the military or in the workforce.
That is fantastic to hear, and it just is nice to be able to hear that you can have with these small sizes that one-on-one ability to really listen and deeply have a level of concern for students and their path.
It's about feedback too.
Yes.
Small classes allow you plenty of time for feedback. Lou Holtz always said feedback's the breakfast of champions, and there's a lot to that in schools. Without feedback, students can't grow. And so small classes allow the teacher to really have that discussion with them, and their parents for that matter.
Thank you for bringing football into this.
Yeah, sure.
I had a feeling there was going to be some at this time of the year, at least when we're recording this. So drawing a bit off of what you've seen from the students that are going to wherever it is, 4-year institutions, maybe they're going to skilled trades, the military, whatever the case may be. Tell us a little bit about the amount of students, interestingly enough, where you know the success of what you're doing at the elementary level, at the middle high school level, that you can actually track based on an interesting amount of people who are actually receiving scholarship money. That's the trackable number that I find fascinating in speaking with you as we were sort of preparing for today's discussion. It's not always about preparing students to see numbers that you typically see all over the place in ACT, SAT scores, test scores, and other places. It's the amount of students who went into advanced placement or actually got these scholarship dollars that are, I won't say through the roof, but are exceptionally high. Tell us about that.
So in a Department of Academic Affairs, one of the roles of some of those teachers that also assist in that area is to seek out scholarships that fit the unique individual individuality of that student, whether it be of race, whether it be of intelligence, whether it be just on the parents' financial situation. We have to know if we're going to cater that to them. And when you cater it to them, there's a lot of money available out there. I always thought, even with my own kids, sending them to Catholic school, the real outcome is, will that scholarship money pay for all the money I invested in Catholic school to begin with? In my case, it really did. And so I'm very happy with that. And so I share that with parents because in the long run, like a good investment, it takes time for that to mature. And I think a lot of people want an instant gratification there. But in the end, the product is so valuable and so worthy that they're earning money for it. And so, it's nice for the teachers, for the students, for the parents. It's kind of like a level of achievement, if you will.
Yeah, and to an extent, Sherry, it's kind of fascinating when you hear perhaps of elementary school students that you knew, from so many years ago who had eventually graduated, and you hear they've gone on to do some of these just fascinating, amazing things. In college, they've received these great accolades and scholarships. What does that feel like, just hearing some of your former students?
Well, I'm relatively new here, but I will say it's amazing how many college graduates who graduated from Our Lady of the Lake, formerly LMC, come back to the school to give back. because they do value their education that they received in our school system, and they're more than willing to come back and give back to that.
So let's talk a little bit more about scholarship opportunities, because there is a bit of a challenge that's on the table of sorts. It's $1 million scholarship pledge. Tell us a little bit about that, James.
Wow. Yeah, I guess it's kind of like the scholarships we just talked about in terms of the end game. This is the beginning game, and offering opportunity to anybody, locally I say, but able to get to school here, an opportunity to experience the school at no tuition this year, with a full 100% tuition scholarship offered through our school's foundation that in more than one way supports the school. And we really would like an opportunity, as we've started new as Our Lady of the Lake, to really open it up to families, whether they're in the parish or surrounding areas, to come and experience what really they can't experience in any other school around here.
Can I add something to that?
Please do.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so obviously the Our Lady Scholarship, which is the one we're referring to, is for 1 year. But in the process, we're also doing everything we can to make it possible for those students to continue here through our financial aid opportunities that they have.
So there are, as you said, the scholarship opportunity, financial aid opportunity. There is really no reason why a family can't find an opportunity to be part of this system here at Our Lady of the Lake and get what they need for this one-on-one attention and help their students find the path that they need to be successful in life.
Absolutely.
And Sherry, could you tell us how parents can contact the system to hopefully become part of Our Lady of the Lake?
Sure, they can visit our website at ollakers.org, and there is an inquiry menu that they can just fill out what grade they're interested in, or they can contact James via phone or myself via phone, and we'd be happy to talk to them and set up a tour.
All right. Hopefully they'll take advantage of this fantastic opportunity to be part of Our Lady of the Lake. This month's sponsor for Moody on the Move. It is brought to you by United Federal Credit Union. We get you.